Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video, and welcome if you're new. Today we are reviewing the first mainstream, would have been released in the cinemas if it wasn't for COVID, lesbian holiday movie. And let me just say, the first 10 minutes of this, I was thinking, oh no, it's a glorified Hollywood movie, what are we gonna do? And the second that they arrived at the parents' house, I changed my mind completely. This movie was brilliant. It was so good, and I think that it's a good lesbian movie. I think that it's a good holiday movie. I think it's a good comedy. So let's get right into that, because I know that's what you guys are here for. But if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. And if you like the video at any point, be sure to give it a thumbs up and ask away any questions, comments or thoughts in the comment section down below. There will also be spoiler warnings towards the end, but I will timestamp down below in the description box where the spoiler section starts, and obviously I'll make it known on camera too, and when it ends. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, you can watch this video, just skip the little spoilery bit maybe. Now, as I said at the beginning, this movie would have been released in the cinemas if it weren't for the pandemic, and it was directed by Clea Duvall, who some people, I know her from her acting career. She was in that movie The Faculty with Josh Hartnett and Elijah Wood, and it was co-written by Clea Duvall and one of the stars, Mary Holland, who some people might recognize her from The Mindy Project, The Good Place, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I actually didn't know she was a writer until this movie, because in anything I've seen her in, she's a scene stealer. She's brilliant, and she's great in this movie too. So the movie starts out with Kristen Stewart, who plays Abby, and her girlfriend, who is Mackenzie Davis, playing Harper Caldwell, who shares a last name with yours truly. And Harper invites Abby back to her family home for Christmas. They've been going out for about a year. We see Abby go and pick up an engagement ring, and she's talking to her best friend John, who's played by Dan Levy, who is another scene stealer in this movie. He is so funny. He has the best lines for sure. And very quickly we learn that Abby's parents passed away when she was 19, but she doesn't really do much for Christmas now, and she's never met Harper's parents before. So they're going out looking at this candy cane light thing, and Harper invites Abby to Christmas at her family's, and the next morning when they wake up to go, Harper seems to be regretting this. They drive down, and a few minutes before they arrive, Harper actually says to Abby, hey, last summer when I told you I came out to my parents and told them about you and they were all cool with it, well, that didn't actually happen, and they don't know that I'm gay, and they think you're my roommate. They think that you're straight too. So Abby agrees to go along with it if Harper is willing to come out, and they arrive at the parents' home, and obviously chaos ensues. The thing that turns the movie around for me, the first 10 minutes I was a bit apprehensive, because I'd kind of built it up a lot in my head, being, a mainstream holiday movie that has the lead couple as lesbians and actually being played by a real lesbian was, in my head I was really excited. And it wasn't until the conversation with Dan, Levy's character, and Abby's kind of saying to him, I'm gonna be really traditional and ask her dad, for his blessings. And Dan Levy has some great lines of saying, way to stick it to the patriarchy, and have you got permission yet from an adult man to purchase his adult daughter? And he just has some really great lines throughout. We don't actually see Abby and John together until the end of the movie, and most of John's conversations are over the phone. But the line that sealed it for me was from Tipper Caldwell, who is the mum, and she's played by Mary Steenburgen, who's actually married to Ted Danson, and she has been in every amazing, you know, movie from the 90s that I remember watching when I was growing up. She's a great actress, and this character, her mom, when Harper comes in and she's, oh, you know, the mom's like, you look so beautiful, but did you bring any concealer? That is so something that my family would do. My mom would always, you know, my mom's passed away now, but she would always want you to be looking your best, and if you weren't, you were gonna know about it. Same with my nana. And my dad, you can't come over without makeup on, because he would ask you if you're tired or you were sick. So as I was saying, when we get to the house, we meet all the Caldwell family. Tipper Caldwell, played by Mary Steinbergen, and Ted Caldwell, who's played by Victor Garber, another amazing actor, Titanic, Alias. We meet Harper's two sisters, who Sloane Caldwell, and she's, you know, was this big time lawyer, and her husband was second in his class at Yale, but they kind of gave it all up to make gift baskets. But the way they describe it, you know, they say they've been picked up by Gwenny from Goop and Gwyneth Paltrow, and it's the way that they describe the gift vessels and everything like that is hysterical. And then the other daughter is Jane Caldwell, who's played by Mary Holland, the writer. Rounding out the cast, we also meet Aubrey Plaza, who plays the character of Riley, who is Harper's ex-girlfriend. And then we also meet Connor, played by Jake McDorman, who is Harper's ex-boyfriend. I mean, Aubrey Plaza, everybody knows her from Parks and Recreation. And Aubrey Plaza was in more of a serious role in this movie. The character of Riley is actually doing a residency at Johns Hopkins, and she's very serious. I mean, she has like clever lines and things, but it's not the normal character that Aubrey Plaza plays. So she did awesome in this movie. I really enjoyed her character of Riley. Not wanting to give too much away, I mean, throughout the movie, it's just a very typical holiday movie that just happens to have a lesbian couple at the center. I mean, is there predictable things that happen? Of course, but isn't that what holiday movies are all about? I definitely see this being added into my Christmas rotation of movies. It's just a really funny movie, and the cast is absolutely what makes it. They're all fantastic. It's clever writing, there's a lot of good jokes too. The one thing that I was kind of also a little bit apprehensive going into this movie is the characters of Abby and Harper. I mean, both actresses who plays them, Mackenzie Davis and Kristen Stewart, they're like my age, like very early 30s. And a coming out story, I kind of thought if this was them in their end of college or just finished college, university age, it would have made it a little bit more believable, because they're very much adult women, and it just seems something that would have made a little bit more sense were they a little bit younger. But again, there's no age for coming out or anything like that. But I did feel really sorry for the character of Harper, that it was, you know, she was in her early 30s and she was only now coming out to her family, especially when she'd had a girlfriend all the way back in high school. But her plan of bringing Abby was not the worst in the world, so they could get to know her before and then she could reveal they were dating, because it is a plan I've enacted myself when I was in high school and I had my first girlfriend. I mean, I was never seriously worried about my parents' reaction. They absolutely adored my first girlfriend. We dated for a good couple of years and we weren't out to anyone. And I came out at Thanksgiving to all my friends and family basically in the exact same day. I told everyone, and I am very, very lucky that I've never had a bad reaction. Everyone was just like, so what? You know, you're still the same person to us. So it was very nice in that way. I definitely didn't think my parents were gonna, you know, kick me out or scream or shout or anything. But people, of course, have made comments about, like, you know, like the parents in this movie know that her ex Riley is out, and they just kind of say, oh, I feel bad for her parents that way. And I don't think it's anything against gay and lesbian people. I think it's more, the world is a little bit harder when you're gay, and these things that parents dream of for you from the beginning, like marriage and kids and all these things, you can still have all that. It's just the picture looks slightly different. Obviously there's no right time to ever come out, so it just was like a minor little thing that I thought was an interesting choice to have them be 30-somethings, or maybe they were supposed to be late 20-somethings, because obviously Riley was the same age as them and she was doing her residency, and then the character of Abby was doing her PhD, so maybe they were meant to be more like 28, 29 rather than 31, 32. Another aspect of the kind of coming out story is, you know, I wish we could get to that stage in movies where, and even TV shows, I've talked about this in my L Word reviews before, that one thing that makes the L Word so amazing is that it's just already established that they're lesbian characters and they're out, and we don't have to go through this coming out thing. Like the character of Arizona in Grey's Anatomy, we met her when she was out and living her life, because most TV shows and movies that have a gay character, they go through just them coming out, and that's the storyline we constantly see depicted in media, is the coming out. So I think that going into it, that's what I was thinking, but after seeing the movie, it does make sense to the plot. And as the character of Abby was out and then the character of Riley was out, I didn't really have as much issue with it as I thought I would. I did really enjoy the scenes in the gay bar as well, and I think everybody in the gay community just knows if you're moved to another city or traveling or something, you can go there and just feel right at home. You know, you're with your people, you're comfortable, and it's something that I've moved around a lot in my life, and I always just, that's something that the atmosphere and the way people treat you, like when you're there, you're just family, and it doesn't matter where you've come from or if you've never been there before, you just feel kind of at home. Another extremely accurate portrayal in this movie was sisters fighting. I mean, I have two sisters who I'm the oldest, and one is 3.5 years younger and another one is 4.5 years younger, and my brother is the youngest, but he wasn't born until I was 15, so for all our life it was pretty much 3 girls too, like in this movie. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a 32-year-old woman and I will still like physically fight with my sisters. It's something, sister fighting is the only type of fighting that never changes throughout your life, and just the way that you can rile each other up. And my sisters and I used to be really big horse riders, so that was kind of the way, like they were ice skating and stuff, that's the way my siblings and I when we were younger. So yeah, it's definitely accurate that they were still getting in like physical fights when they were 30 something. Okay, we're gonna enter the spoiler zone now, so if you haven't seen the movie and don't want to be spoiled, just pop the description box open and it will tell you what minute to click to so that you don't see any spoilers. Now that it's just us who have seen the movie, or if you don't have any intention of seeing the movie and you want to be spoiled, the one thing that I really wasn't sold on was the character of Harper. I really liked Abby, I thought she was great, and I just, by the end of the movie, I was rooting for Abby and Riley to get together. They just seemed way more of a better match, like everything about them. I loved when they were hanging out and chatting and at the gay bar and everything, and I just think the character of Harper, she didn't like bowl me over, and I thought Abby was great, and I really, really liked Riley, and Aubrey Plaza was fantastic. So that's just one thing I wanted to drop in there, because I know a few other people who have seen the movie and they totally agreed too. So let me know down in the comment section, mark your comment with a spoiler, but were you rooting for Riley and Abby at the end of the movie too? Let me know. Now that the spoilers are over, I'm gonna wrap up this review with my favourite parts of the movie. I just thought the cast was fantastic. There wasn't one person that I thought didn't, you know, absolutely sell it. They were all great. I know the popular thing is to like rag on Kristen Stewart, and, you know, a lot of people talk about her acting in a bad way, but personally, especially since she's come out, I think that she's completely more comfortable. Anything you see her in that's kind of like more of a comedy, I think she's great. I mean, I'll be the first to say the Charlie's Angels movie was awful, but Kristen Stewart was my favorite part of it, and I think she was actually really good in the movie, and it's the same in this one. I think she needs to take on more of these comedian roles. I know her serious stuff has got her a lot of recognition recently too, but I really enjoyed her in this movie. I thought she was great. The rest of the cast, fab too. Everyone, Dan Levy had the best lines by far. He was so good. And Aubrey Plaza those are definitely the top three from the movie for me. I loved any scene that Aubrey Plaza was in, especially the scenes with Kristen Stewart. I thought that they were the most natural and, you know, really funny too. But Dan Levy, every time he opened his mouth in this movie, I was cracking up. It was so funny. And just the way the three sisters of Sloane, Harper and Jane were too, they were great. Like, I felt like it was my sisters and I. And the character of Jane too, I mean, Mary Holland stole the show with that one too, so the sister dynamic was really great too on screen. I think they really hit the nail on the head there. And that's pretty much it for my review, guys. I mean, out of 10 on a, you know, grading scale, I definitely would give this movie an A, and probably 8, 9 out of 10 if you go in with the right expectations. I mean, going in, I was obviously really happy and looking forward to the movie, but I was at the same time thinking, this is a holiday movie, so there's going to be some cliches and a happy ending, and there is a little bit of a coming out story thing, but I was expecting obviously great acting because it was a fab cast. But overall, is this definitely going to be a movie I watch every Christmas? Probably. Am I going to force my entire family to watch it this Christmas? You bet. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the movie, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content from me, I talk a lot about the L Word, which is going back to filming soon, so we're going to have a lot of content coming out about the L Word Generation Q Season 2. Hit the subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post a new video and are notified when I go live. And this weekend I go live every week now, and this weekend we're going live on the Saturday since it's Thanksgiving and stuff, so join us at 7 p.m. UK time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern time and 11 a.m. Pacific time. And if you go to my community page, you'll see all the different time zones. I've written it down there, but make sure to join us and bring questions, thoughts, try and watch this movie before and let me know what you think. If you have any questions or you want to let me know what you thought of the movie, drop it down in the comment section down below. And also don't forget to follow me on social media to keep up with everything L Word related in between videos. As I mentioned on Twitter last night, I am also considering doing Vlogmas this December. So if that's something you'd like to see from me, leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, or hit me up on social media and let me know that's something you'd like to see. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do recommend this video to everyone to check out over the holidays, so make sure that you give it a watch and take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!